Hello and good day to all YouTube viewers out there, especially to grade 8 students. Welcome back to my another video tutorial in grade 8 mathematics, where learning and understanding math is easy and simple. In today's video, I will discuss about illustrating linear equations in two variables, which is your first quarter lesson in grade 8 mathematics. So here are the objectives of our lesson. At the end of this video lesson, you shall be able to, number 1, illustrate linear equations in two variables. Number 2, you're going to construct a table of values for x and y given a linear equation. And number 3, determine the solutions of linear equation in two variables. So, before we start, let me explain to you what is linear equations in two variables. So according to this definition, a linear equation in two variables is an equation that can be written in the form of ax plus by equals c, where a, b, and c are real numbers, a cannot be equal to 0, and b is also not equivalent to 0. So in other words, linear equation in two variables, it has two, kaya tinawag siyang linear equation in two variables dahil meron siyang dalawang variable sa equation. Ano yung dalawang variable na to? X and Y. At ang kanyang format ng kanyang equation is ax plus by equals c, kung saan yung a, b, and c natin ay real numbers. At hindi maaari na yung a natin ay 0, ganun din sa b natin, hindi rin dapat maging 0. Otherwise, kapag ganon, isa man dito maging 0, then yung equation natin hindi masasabing linear equation in two variables. So the general format of our linear equation, or the general form, is ax plus by equals c, where a and b are coefficients of the equation, or the coefficients of our linear equation. So yung a and b, ito yung ating coefficient, ito yung coefficient ng x at saka y. While c is the constant of the equation. So bakit ito tinawag na constant, yung c? Kasi wala siyang katabing variable. Samantala yung a at saka b, coefficient sila ng x at saka y dahil coefficient yung dalawa, dahil tinatawag na coefficient dahil meron silang katabing variable. So that is linear equation in two variables. So linear equation in two variables is written in the form of ax plus by equals c. So kapag ganito ang klaseng ng anyo ng ating equation, o kapag ganito ang equation natin, tinatawag nating linear equation in two variables. Tulad ng sinabi ko, dahil nga merong dalawang variable dito, yung x at saka y. So let us equate our equation by y. So, i-equate natin, subukan natin kaya itong i-equate sa y, yung ating equation na to. So, anong mangyayari kapag in-equate natin to sa y? So, para ma-equate natin siya sa y, ililipat natin yung ax sa kabilang equation. Sa kabila ng equation na to, kaya anong mangyayari? Magiging by equals c minus ax. So, bakit naging minus ax? Kasi nga, yung from left side, positive siya dito sa left side, going to the right side, magiging negative siya. Magiging opposite ang sign niya. And then, what is next? Okay. So, let us rearrange. Pagbaliktarin lang natin yung c at saka yung minus ax, pwede rin natin gawing minus ax plus c. So, binaligtad lang natin yung pwesto ng minus ax at saka ng c. Pero ito pa rin yun. C minus ax pa rin yun. Yun nga lang dito, pinagbaligtad lang natin yung pwesto ng dalawa. And then what is next? Now, to isolate y, para mag-isa na lamang yung y dito sa left side ng equation natin, let us divide both sides of the equation by b. So, anong mangyayari kapag i-divide natin both sides of the equation by b? So, maka-cancel out yung ating b. So, ang matitira na lang sa left side ay yung y at meron tayong minus ax plus c over b. And then, pwede rin natin gawin ganito. Pwede natin paghiwalayin yung minus ax at saka c. Pwede natin isulat na ganito. Y is equal to minus ax over b plus c over b. Or, ito na. Pwede rin yung x niya nakahiwalay dito sa fraction na minus a over b. So, y is equal to minus a over b and then x plus c over b. So our y here, if we're going to equate our linear equation in two variables, kung i-equate natin siya sa y, ganito ang magiging itsura niya. Y is equal to minus a over b, x plus c over b. So this kind of format of equation, so yung ganitong klaseng equation, ito'y tinatawag na nating slope-intercept form. Okay, slope-intercept form. Pero hindi po yan ang kanyang talagang itsura ng slope-intercept form. Kasi ang slope-intercept form po natin is written in the form of y equals mx plus b. So, yun. Ito po talaga yung format ng ating slope-intercept form. So, ito, pinapakita lamang dito sa naka-box na to na ang equation na to ay nasa slope-intercept form siya. So, magtataka kayo, ano yung slope-intercept form? So, okay. So, ipapaliwanag ko kung ano yung slope-intercept form. So, yung slope-intercept form, so, okay, meron tayong makikita dyan na M at saka B. Ano yung M? Yung M, where M is the slope, and B is what we call the y-intercept. So, kaya nga tinawag na slope-intercept form dahil meron tayong slope at saka yung y-intercept niya. So, ano yung slope? Yun yung M. At yung y-intercept, yun naman ang kanyang B. So, therefore, our equation here is written in the form of y is equal to mx plus b, or what we call the slope-intercept form. Okay, so now you know what is linear equation in two variables. Naipaliwanag ko na kung ano yung linear equation in two variables. Let's have a short exercise. So in this exercise, you're going to tell whether if the following equations is written as linear equation in two variables or not. So how can you tell the following equation if it is written in linear equation in two variables? Say yes if it is written in linear equation in two variables. Otherwise, say no if it is not. So are you ready? Number 1, x plus y is equal to c. So ito ba ay linear equation in two variables? Okay, the answer is yes. Okay, bakit yes? Siyempre, meron tayong dalawang variable dyan na nakikita sa equation na to. May nakikita tayong dalawang variable, x at saka y. So, this equation is in linear equation in two variables kasi may dalawa tayong variable at meron tayong constant na c dito, which is 6. Yung coefficient ng x at saka y dito ay yung 1 at saka 1. Yun yung a at yung b natin. Okay, so remember doon sa ating umpisa ang linear equation in two variables natin ay nakasulat bilang ax plus by equals c. So this one is written in linear equation in two variables. Okay, number 2. Okay, 3y is equal to 25. Is this a linear equation in two variables? Okay, the answer is no. So why no? Okay, so kasi isa lamang yung variable niyan dito, wala yung x. So hindi matatawag itong linear equation in two variables. How about the next one? Y is equal to 6x minus 5. Is this a linear equation in two variables? The answer is yes. Okay, bakit yes? Bakit ito'y tinatawag na linear equation in two variables? Kasi nga kung titignan mo yung equation, may dalawa tayong variable dyan, yung y at yung x at saka y. So, lagi nyo lang titignan kapag ang equation ay mayroong dalawang variable. Kapag may dalawang variable siya na x at saka y, then masasabi natin yon na linear equation in two variables siya. Next. How about number 4? X squared plus y equals 5. Is this a linear equation in two variables? The answer here is no. So, bakit no? Kasi kung titignan mo nga, nga, may dalawa nga siyang variable, x at saka y, pero ang highest degree of equation, yung pinaka-exponent niya ay yung 2. So, ibig sabihin, dahil nga yung highest degree of equation dito ay 2, hindi matatawag itong linear equation in two variable. Although may dalawang ang variable dito, yung x at saka y, hindi pa rin ito matatawag na linear equation in two variables. Kasi nga, hindi pa rin ito matatawag na linear equation kasi ang highest degree of equation dito sa equation na to, yung highest degree of equation na to ay yung 2. Remember, kapag linear equation in two variables, ang highest degree of term ay 1 lang at hindi 2. Okay, next, number 5. X is equal to 36. Is this a linear equation in two variables? So, obviously, ang sagot dyan ay no. Kasi, isa lamang yung variable niya, which is x. So, ito hindi matatawag na linear equation in two variables. Okay? Okay, so in this next exercise, so susunod na exercise na to, you're going to complete the table using the general form of linear equation in two variables. So, ang ating linear equation is written in the form of ax plus by equals c. So, ibibigay nyo lang, so meron tayong mga equation dito, ibibigay nyo lang kung ano yung coefficients ng x and y, yung a at saka b niya. And then, ibibigay kung ano yung constant. Alright? So, halimbawa, dito sa ating unang equation, meron tayong 7x plus 2y equals 10. So, ano yung coefficients ng x and y dito? So, yung coefficients ng x and y niya dito sa unang equation, the coefficients of 7x plus 2y equals 10 are 7 and 2. So, yung a natin, yun yung 7, at yung 2 natin, yun ang b. And then the constant, yung c natin, syempre yung 10. Okay, next. X plus y equals 25. Ano yung coefficients ng x and y? Okay, 1 and 1. So, bakit 1 and 1? So, although walang nakalagay na 1 sa tabi ng x at saka y, ganun din sa y, wala din katabi na 1, it is understood na mayroong 1 yan sa tabi niya. So ang a niyan dito ay yung 1 ng x at yung b dito ay yung 1 ng y. So therefore, the coefficients of x and y or yung a and b natin is 1 and 1. And then the constant, yung c natin, yun yung 25. Next, 2/3 x minus 8y equals 15. So, what are the coefficients of x and y here? o yung A and B natin. So yung A natin dito ay yung 2/3 at saka yung -8. Remember, pag tayo ay nagbibigay ng coefficients, isinasama din natin yung sign mismo niya. So dahil negative ang katabing sign ng 8, so yun yung sign ng B natin, -8. And then yung C natin, yun ang 15. Next, minus 4x equals 15y plus 30. So ano yung coefficients nito? Yung coefficients ng A and B. Coefficients of x and y muna. So ang coefficients ng x is -4. So yun yung A natin. And then yung B natin, yung coefficient ng y, dahil nandito siya sa right side, try nating ibalik siya sa left side dahil galing siya dito sa left side. So pag ibinalik natin siya sa left side, yung 15y, mag-change yung kanyang sign kasi ito ay positive, so magiging negative siya. So pag ibinalik natin siya sa left side, magiging negative 15y. Therefore, ang coefficient ng y niya dito, kasi yun yung pinagmulan niya, is negative 15. Yun yung B natin. So therefore, ang coefficients of x and y dito ay negative 4 and negative 15. And then for C, yung C natin, syempre yung C ay yung naiiwan, yun yung positive 30. And then yung last equation natin, yung last given equation, 1/5 x plus 1/3 y equals 10. Ang A natin dito is 1/5, ito yung coefficient ng x, at yung coefficient na y, coefficient of y, yun yung B natin is 1/3. So therefore, the coefficients are 1/5 and 1/3. While C, ito yung C natin, yun yung constant na walang katabing variable, is 10. Alright, so in this exercise, you're going to complete the table using the slope-intercept form. So, again, pinaliwanag ko kung ano yung slope-intercept form. So, ang slope-intercept form po natin is written in the form of y is equal to mx plus b. Where m, ang m natin dito is slope at yung b natin ay yung y-intercept. So, kukumpletuhin natin yung table na to, ibibigay natin kung ano yung m at saka yung b niya. So, halimbawa dito sa first equation natin, y is equal to minus 3x plus 9. So, what is our m here? So, ang m natin is minus 3 and the y-intercept is positive 9. For the next equation, y is equal to 2/5 x plus 2. Ang m natin is 2/5 at yung y-intercept o yung b is positive 2. Okay, dito naman sa sunod na equation, y is equal to 10x minus 15. Ang slope natin is 10. At saka yung b natin dito is minus 15. Okay. For the next equation, y is equal to minus x plus 1. So, ang kanyang slope niya dito o yung m niya rito ay negative 1. So, how come na negative 1 ang m niya rito? So, kasi ang x dito ay negative. Although wala nga nakalagay na 1 sa tabi ng x, it is understood na may katabi yan na 1 o may coefficient siya na 1 lagi dyan. So, therefore, the slope or the m in this equation is minus 1. And then for y-intercept o yung b, positive 1. Okay, for our last equation, y is equal to 10 minus 1/3 x. So, alin dito ang m natin? Okay, so i-arrange lang natin o rearrange lang natin yung equation na to, itong right side ng equation niya. So, magiging minus 1/3 x plus 10. So, dito makikita natin na ang m natin ay yung negative 1/3 at yung b niya is positive 10. Alright, so this time, we're going to complete the table of values that will determine the ordered pairs that will satisfy our given equation. So, let's say our given equation here is y is equal to negative 2x plus 8. So, we have here table of values. Meron na tayong values na binigay para sa x, maliban lang sa y. So, okay, pero bago muna nating kumpletuhin yung table of values na to, let me explain what is x and y here. So, yung x natin dito, since meron na tayong value na ibinigay sa x, ang x natin dito ay tinatawag na independent variable. So, why it is called an independent variable, yung x natin? Because you can assign any value to our variable x. Pwede kang mag-assign ng kahit anong value o number para sa x. Okay. Maliban lang sa y. Kasi ang y natin ay depende siya doon sa value na ibibigay mo doon sa x. Kaya nga ang y dito ang tinatawag na dependent variable. Kasi ang value niya ay depende doon sa value na ibinigay mo doon sa x. So yung x tinatawag na independent variable kasi pwede kang mag-assign ng kahit anong number. Maliban lang doon sa y kasi yung y ay nakadepende doon sa value na ibibigay mo sa x. Kaya yung y dito yung tinatawag nating dependent variable. Okay? Now, let us complete the table of values. So, since we have values for x, meron na tayong value para sa x, 0, 1, 3, and 5. So, may binigay tayong value. Ano ang magiging value ng y natin? So, using the given equation, y is equal to negative 2x plus 8. Okay. If x is 0, what will be the value of our y? So, if we're going to use the given equation, y is equal to negative 2x plus 8. So, kapag ang x natin ay 0, papalitan lamang natin yung x ng 0. So, magiging negative 2 times 0 plus 8. And then, let us simplify. Negative 2 times 0, ito ay magiging 0. Okay? 0 plus 8 na yan. So, ano ang magiging value ng y? So, i-add natin yung dalawa na ito, 0 plus 8. So, our y is equal to 8. So, if x is equal to 0, therefore, our y is 8. Okay, next. What is the value of our y if x is equal to 1? So, again, ito pa ring equation ang gagamitin natin. Y is equal to negative 2x plus 8. So, using the same given equation, y is equal to negative 2x plus 8. Let us replace x by 1. So, anong mangyayari? So, it will be negative 2 times 1 plus 8. And then, multiply negative 2 times 1. It will be negative 2 plus 8. And then, let us add negative 2 and 8. So, our y is positive 6. Unlike sign numbers ito, di ba? Negative 2 at saka 8 so negative 2 plus 8 is the same as 8 minus 2. So our y is 6. Next, what is the value of y if x is equal to 3? Again, using the given equation, y is equal to negative 2x plus 8. So, i-substitute lamang natin yung x ng 3. So, anong mangyayari? So, negative 2 times 3 plus 8. And then, let us simplify. Let us multiply these two numbers. Negative 2 times 3 will give us negative 6 plus 8. So, i-add lang natin yung negative 6 at saka 8. It will give us positive 2. So, our y is positive 2. And then, what will be the value of y if x is equal to 5? So, ito pa rin yung equation na gagamitin natin. Y is equal to negative 2x plus 8. Okay, let us replace x by 5. So, it will be negative 2 times 5 plus 8. And then let us simplify. Multiply negative 2 and 5. It will give us negative 10 plus 8. And then let us add negative 10 and 8. It will give us negative 2. So, our y is negative 2. So, how come na negative to? Kasi nga mas malaki yung 10 kaysa sa 8. Negative 10 plus 8 is negative 2 because 10 is bigger than 8. So, we will follow the sign of 10. Okay, now we have the values for y. Meron na tayong value para sa y. Pwede na nating ibigay yung ordered pair niya. So, yung ordered pair, paano ba isinusulat ang ordered pair ng x at saka y? So, open and close parenthesis, x, comma, y. So, mauuna muna nating isulat yung x, comma, bago yung y. So, what will be our first ordered pair? If x is 0 and y is 8, therefore, the ordered pair is 0, 8. Next ordered pair, ang x natin dito ay 1, okay, ang x dito ay 1, ang y ay 6. Therefore, the ordered pair is 1, 6. Next ordered pair, ang x dito ay 3, ang y dito ay 2. Therefore, the next ordered pair is 3, 2. And then the last ordered pair natin, if x is 5 and y is negative 2, therefore the ordered pair is 5, negative 2. Alright, so let us talk about solution. So the ordered pair of our linear equation, ito na yung ordered pair natin, 0, 8, 1, 6, 3, 2, and 5, negative 2. So, ito na po yung naging ordered pair niya. So, let me explain to you what is solution. So, yung solution is an ordered pair of numbers which satisfies a linear equation or makes an equation true. So, ito na po yung ating mga solution. Yung 0, 8, 1, 6, 3, 2, 5, and negative 2. So, saan natin nakuha ang mga to? Nang mag-solve tayo para dun sa y. Kaya nabuo yung ordered pair niya. Okay, so paano natin malalaman na true solution ng ating value na binigay natin sa x and y? So para malaman natin, kailangan yung dalawang side ng equation ay magka-equal. Otherwise, kapag hindi equal yung dalawang side, hindi matatawag na true solution itong ating mga ordered pair. Okay. Aside from that, explain ko muna sa inyo kung ano yung tinatawag na solution set. So, yung solution set, ito na yon. This is called a solution set. Kumbaga, isang grupo sila ng ordered pair na magsasatisfy sa ating given equation. A solution set has infinite number of solutions. So, pag sinabing solution set, ano siya? Infinite number of solutions siya. You can have many solutions as you want kasi nga, pwede kang magkaroon ng kahit ilang bilang ng solutions basta magsasatisfy lamang doon sa equation mo. Okay, so yun yung tinatawag na solution set. So this is an example of solution set na meron. Okay, ang solution set natin dito, 0, 8, 1, 6, 3, 2, and 5, negative 2. Okay, so let's check if our first ordered pair, which is 0, 8, is a true solution of our equation. So yung equation natin kanina, ito yon, y is equal to negative 2x plus 8. So to check if 0, 8 is a true solution, yung x natin dito ay 0 at yung y natin ay 8, i-replace natin yung x and y ng kanilang value. So, tingnan natin kung mag-i-equal yung dalawa side ng equation. So, yung x natin ay 0 at yung y natin ay 8. So, pag pinalitan natin yan, so magiging 8 is equal to negative 2 times 0 plus 8. And then, let us simplify. Negative 2 times 0, magiging 0 plus 8. Okay, and then plus 8. 0 plus 8. And then, ano nangyari? Nag-equal yung dalawang side ng equation natin. So, therefore, yung ordered pair natin dito, yung 0, 8, is a true solution. Kasi nga, nag-satisfy yung, nag-equal yung dalawang side ng equation natin dito. Okay? Okay, ngayon naman, paano kung ibang value of x and y ang ibibigay natin? Let's say, ang ordered pair natin ay wala dito sa apat na to, negative 2 and 5. Kung saan yung x natin ay negative 2 and our y is positive 5. Mag-i-equal pa ba yung, ito ba masasabi nating kasama rin ba siya sa solution set? O ito ba masasabing true solution? So, tingnan natin. Let us check. So, para malaman natin kung true solution, i-replace natin yung x and y by their value. So, yung x natin ay negative 2 at ang y natin ay positive 5. So, anong mangyayari? 5 is equal to negative 2 times negative 2 plus 8. So, let us simplify. Negative 2 times negative 2 will become positive 4 kasi negative times negative is positive. And then 4 plus 8, so mukhang hindi sila nag-equal. So yung isa ay 5, yung isa ay 12. So therefore, kapag ganyan, hindi nag-equal yung dalawang side, therefore yung negative 2 and 5 is not a true solution. So, ganun. So, hindi siya true solution dahil nga yung dalawang side ng equation ay hindi nag-equal. Okay, let us continue our checking in our solution. Okay, so using the same given equation, y is equal to negative 2x plus 8. Okay, so tapos na tayo sa 0 and 8. So, sunod naman natin yung 1 and 6. Ano naman ang magiging value? Tingnan natin kung mag-i-equal yung dalawang side ng equation natin. So, yung x natin dito ay 1 at yung y natin dito ay yung 6. So, replace x and y by their value. So, tingnan natin. So, magiging negative 2 times 1 plus 8. So, yan. So, 6 is equal to negative 2 plus 8. So, pagsamahin natin yung negative 2 at saka 8, magiging 6. So, nag-equal sila nag-equal ngayon dalawa. So, therefore, 1 and 6 is a true solution. Okay, how about 3 and 2? Okay, using the same given equation, ito pa rin yung equation natin, y is equal to negative 2x plus 8. So, papalitan lamang natin yung x and y ng kanilang value. So, yung x ay 3 at ang y ay 2. Okay, so magiging negative 2 times 3 plus 8. So, negative 2 times 3 will be negative 6 plus 8. And then add negative 6 and 8. It will be positive 2. So, 2 is equal to 2. So, therefore, 3 and 2 is a true solution. And then, for the last one, 5 and negative 2. Okay. Ito pa rin yung equation natin. Y is equal to negative 2x plus 8. So, negative 2 is equal to negative 2 times 5 plus 8. Papalitan lang yung x and y ng kanilang value. Ang x natin ay 5, ito yon, at ang y natin ay negative 2. So, tingnan natin. Let's see if they will equal to each other. So, negative 2 times 5, magiging negative 10. Then negative 10 plus 8, it will give us negative 2. So nag-equal nga silang dalawa. So therefore, 5 and negative 2 is a true solution. Okay, so now this time we're going to plot the following order pairs or the order pair of numbers in this Cartesian coordinate system. So last time pinag-usapan natin ang tungkol sa Cartesian coordinate system at ipinaliwanag ko sa inyo kung paano tayo maglagay ng point sa ating graph. So maglalagay tayo ng point dito sa Cartesian coordinate system o dito sa ating dito sa graph na to. So first, ang ordered pair natin ay 0, 8. So hahanapin natin ang una muna nating hahanapin ay yung x coordinate niya dito. Yung x coordinate niya dito ay 0, so nasa 0 siya. So ibig sabihin nasa origin pa ang ating ano. And then yung y coordinate niya ay 8. So dahil ang y coordinate niya dito ay 8, aakyat tayo ng 8 pataas. Pataas siya dahil positive 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So ito yung ating first point. Ang coordinate niya ay 0, 8. Next, 1, 6. Ang sunod na point na ang coordination niya ay 1, 6. So ang x coordinate niya dito ay yung 1. So pag x coordinate, lagi natin titignan yung x-axis at hindi yung y-axis. So positive 1. So nasaan ang positive 1 ng x-axis? Ito yon. And then yung y-coordinate niya ay 6. Dahil positive 6, ito yon yung 6 na to ng y, positive 6. So para magkatagpo yung dalawa, yung 1 ng x at saka yung 6 ng y, yung positive 6 ng y, aakyat tayo ng 6 na beses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there you have it. This is our next point. Ito na yung next point natin, yung 1, 6. Okay, next point natin ay 3, 2. So 3, 2. So ang x-coordinate natin ay positive 3. So titingin tayo sa x-axis. Dahil nasaan ba ang positive 3 ng x-axis? Ito yon. Ayan na yung positive 3 ng x-axis. And then yung y-coordinate niya ay positive 2. Saan ang positive 2 ng y? Ito yon. So pagtatagpuin natin yung 3 at saka yung 3 ng x at saka 2 ng y, para magtagpo yung dalawa, aakyat tayo ng dalawa. So mula sa 3, 1, 2, so nandito yung next point natin. Okay, 3 and positive 2. And then for the last ordered pair, 5 and negative 2, so ang x-coordinate natin ay positive 5. Ito yon, yung 5 ng x. At yung y natin ay negative 2. So bandang baba yon. Nasaan ang negative 2 ng y? Ito yon. So para magtagpo yung 5 and negative 2, let us move down, or let's go down by 2. 1, 2. So here is our last point. 5, negative 2. And then, ano kaya magiging graph nito? So, pagdugtungin natin yung 4 na point na to, so ang magiging graph niya ay isang straight line. So, straight line siya. So, makikita mo lahat ng point ay dinaanan niya. Straight siya. So, bakit straight line ang graph dito? Kasi nga, a graph of any linear equation in two variables is a straight line. So, tandaan, kapag linear equation in two variables, laging ang graph niya ay isang straight line. Okay? Alright, it's time to test yourself. Get a pen and a sheet of paper. You can pause this video tutorial while answering this activity. Are you ready? So let's begin. Direction. Write true if the given ordered pair of numbers is a true solution for the given linear equation. Otherwise, false if it is not. So you can pause this video while answering this activity. Alright, let us check your answers. Let's see if you get all the correct answers. So let's begin with number 1. Okay, let's see if the given ordered pair here is -9 and 3. And the given equation is y is equal to -5x minus 42. So let's see if -9 and 3 is a true solution for this given linear equation. So para malaman natin na true solution siya, papalitan lamang natin yung x and y ng kanilang value. Yung x natin dito ay -9 at yung y ay +3. So ito yon. So pinalitan natin yung x at saka ng y ng kanilang value. So anong mangyayari? So -5 times -9 minus 42. So let us simplify. -5 times -9 will become +45. Then 45 minus 42. So mag-i-equal ba yung dalawa? Okay, nag-equal yung dalawang side ng equation natin. So therefore, -9 and 3 is a true solution. So ang sagot ay true. Okay, number 2, 0, 5. The given equation is y is equal to 1/2 of x plus 10. So para malaman natin kung true solution ba ang 0 and 5, so let us try to, let's check. So ang x natin dito ay 0 at yung y natin ay 5. So isa-substitute lang yung x at saka y ng kanilang value. So anong mangyayari? 5 is equal to 1/2 times 0 plus 10. So mag-i-equal ba yung dalawa? Mukhang hindi, no? 1/2 times 0, magiging 0. Plus 10. So hindi nag-equal yung dalawa. Yung isa ay 5, yung isa ay 10. So therefore, dahil hindi nga nag-equal yung dalawa, therefore 0 and 5 is not a true solution. So the answer here is false. Okay? Okay, number 3, -4 and 4. The given equation is y is equal to 24 plus 5x. Okay, is -4 and 4 is a true solution. So let's see. Okay, palitan lamang natin yung x at saka y ng kanilang value. Ang x natin dito ay -4, ito yon. At yung y natin ay +4, ito yon. So kailangan, kapag isinimplify natin yung right side na ito, dapat magiging 4 yan. So tingnan natin. So 24 plus 5 times -4. So unahin muna natin i-multiply yung 5 at saka -4. Magiging -20. 5 times -4 is -20. And then 24 minus 20, subtract 20 from 24. So yan ay magiging 4. So nag-equal yung dalawa. So therefore, -4 and 4 is a true solution. So the answer here is true. Okay, for number 4, if x is equal to -2, y is equal to -7, the given equation is y equals -3x over 2 minus 10. What will be, is x is equal to -2 and y is equal to -7 is a true solution to our equation? So let's see. So, using the given equation, y is equal to negative 3x over 2 minus 10. So, papalitan lamang natin yung x at saka ng y yung kanilang value. Ito yon. Yung x natin ay negative 2 at yung y natin ay negative 7. So, let's see. So, unahin muna natin i-simplify to. Negative 3 times negative 2, it will become positive 6. Because negative 3 times negative 2 is positive 6. Then over 2 minus 10. So we can divide 6 by 2. 6 divided by 2, pwede natin i-divide ito. Magiging 3. Positive 3 minus 10. So unlike sign numbers ito, kasi positive yung isa ay negative. So it will become negative 7. So, yung negative 7, nag-equal siya dito sa kabila. So, therefore, yung x is equal to negative 2 and y is equal to negative 7 is a true solution. Or, we can also do this one. So, kanina kasi ay, so ito pa rin yon. Ang x natin ay negative 2 at ang y natin ay negative 7. So, multiply natin itong dalawa muna. Negative 3 times negative 2, it will become 6. 6, no? 6, then over 2. And then minus 10. So, isusubtract natin ito kasi ito ay subtraction of a fraction and a whole number. So, yung 10 dito ay whole number. Okay, lalagyan natin ito ng 1 sa baba. Okay, and then, this is now subtraction of two fractions. 6 over 2 minus 10 over 1. So, paano yan? So, pwede natin siyang i-rewrite o muling isulat yung 10 over 1 bilang 20 over 2. Kasi yung 10 over 1, di ba 10 yan? The same lang din siya ng 20 over 2. 20 divided by 2, 10. Okay, so nire-write lang natin siya, binago lang natin yung anyo niya para ma-subtract lamang natin siya sa 6 over 2. Kasi hindi tayo pwedeng mag-subtract ng dalawang fraction pag magkaiba ng denominator, kapag dissimilar fraction yung dalawa. And then, dahil similar fraction na itong dalawa, we can now subtract. So, pwede na natin pagsamahin yung 6 at saka 20. So, 6 minus 20, so, magiging negative yan. So, it will be negative 14. Then, over 2, i-divide natin yung negative 14 sa 2, it will give us the same answer, negative 7. So, therefore, nag-equal pa rin siya sa negative 7. So, therefore, x is equal to negative 2 and y is equal to negative 7 is a true solution. Okay, next, number 5. Our x is 3/4 and y is 5/6. So, our ordered pair is 3/4 and 5/6. So, the given equation is y is equal to x plus 7. So, para malaman natin, para ma-check natin na kung ito ba ay true solution, isa-substitute natin yung x at saka y ng kanilang value. So, yung x natin ay 3/4, ito yon, at ang y natin ay 5/6. So, 5/6 is equal to 3/4 plus 7. Okay, 3/4, i-add siya dito sa 7. Ang 7 ay whole number, so may denominator siya ng 1 sa baba. And then, dahil unlike, addition of dissimilar fractions to, okay, we can rewrite 7 over 1 as 28 over 4. So, pwede natin baguhin yung 7 over 1 bilang 28 over 4. Kasi, parehas lang naman din yan. 28 divided by 4, it will give us 7. Diba? Pag sinimplify natin yung 28 over 4, ito rin yun, 7 over 1. And then, dahil na magkaparehas na siya doon sa 3/4, pwede na nating i-add. Pwede nang pagsamahin yung 3 at saka 28. 3 plus 28, it will give us 31. then over 4. So, hindi nag-equal siya dito sa 5, 6. Kahit man gawin natin yung ano, kahit i-simplify natin ito, hindi siya magmumukha dito sa kabila. So, dahil na hindi sila nag-equal, therefore, yung 3/4 at saka 5/6, hindi siya true solution. So, the answer here is false. And then for our last number 6, which is number 6, the ordered pair is 1, 3. The given equation, negative 3x plus 5y equals 12. So, para malaman natin kung ito ba ay true solution, so using the given equation, let us substitute our x and y. So, our x is 1 and our y is positive 3. So, mangyayari dito ay negative 3 times 1 plus 5 times 3 equals 12. So, tingnan natin kung mag-i-equal yan, yung dalawa. So, unahin muna natin to. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. And then 5 times 3, it will become positive 15. And then let us add negative 3 and positive 15. So, negative 3 plus 15, o yan din ay kaparehas din ng 15 minus 3. So, nag-equal silang dalawa. So, pag ganyan, nag-equal yung ang dalawang side ng equation, nangangahulugan na yung ordered pair na 1 and 3 is a true solution. So, therefore, the answer in number 6 is true. Okay, so did you get all the correct answers? Great job. And then for your last activity, construct a table of values of the given linear equation and plot the points on the x and y coordinate plane. I hope you learned something from this video. Please like and share, and don't forget to click the subscribe button for more updated and upcoming video tutorials. That's it for now. Thank you for watching.